I had always called myself a spiritual person, gobbling up every New Age book and trend. Yet my life never seemed to work. No matter the temporary wisdom I thought I had found, I could not heal the pain that lay deep inside. I sought counsel from astrologers, psychics, hypnotherapists, to anything and everything. I was in search, yet not even sure of what. I wanted answers, even though I was not even sure of the questions. I was in search of myself. One morning, as I took my usually non-eventful hike through the Santa Monica National Forest, centered in the heart of Los Angeles, my mind could no longer escape the emotional pain that had been building and building. Yet another excruciatingly painful love affair. So much confusion as to what my life was supposed to be. So much self-loathing. So little true belief in myself. And so much fear. The emotional pain became unbearable, like a dagger in my heart. So many questions unanswered. Opportunities vanishing into thin air as quickly as they appeared. My God, how can this life be so cruel? What was I doing wrong? The voices grew so loud in my mind, all my failures. They grew louder and in sync with an approaching storm encompassing me. I thought I would just scream and my own voice would drown them out. Then the clouds gave way as the rain began to fall down gently upon me as I collapsed onto the ground. I could take no more. I could take the pain of this world no more. Why? I cried out. Why is there so much suffering in this world? What is the purpose of this life? What is it all for? There, on my muddy knees, I confronted creation, or better yet, whoever and whatever was listening, and I commanded a response. Then I cried like a baby, my tears mixing with the cleansing rain. Life had become so empty, every day filled with more and more complacency. Joy escaped me, or at best was fleeting. My heart had become my enemy, and was viewed as just a source of great pain, or even worse, a potential for more pain. It terrified me at this point. I kept looking outward to fill this void deep inside me as I tried to keep escaping in one form or another. Whether it be food, drugs, men, anything and everything was a potential source of temporary sedation. Yet, in the end, my temporary escapes only brought more turmoil. 2 weeks passed. I had long forgotten about that day in the mountains and my question. Until one afternoon, after a not very pleasant awakening to my landlords informing me that I had 30 days to move, I was driving around Los Angeles looking for a new domain. Not an easy task in Hollywood land, toting a huge red Doberman pinscher named Bonnie and her Jack Russell sidekick companion Billy. It seemed like one problem after another kept occurring as my frustration grew with my search. Just when I was at my wit's end, in my mind, I kept envisioning a particular restaurant located in the valley section of the city. It was like an urging that would not cease. I didn't think anything was special about the notion. Yes, I was hungry, sure. I drove to the restaurant and thought nothing more of it. The restaurant was a Thai restaurant in a small hut-like building. Asian Isle landscape murals adorned the walls, and glowing fluorescent neon lights made it look like a sort of Tahitian Disney production. As my tornado-like consciousness touched down at a small table, I noticed over to the right sat a most interesting-looking and mysterious woman. I tried not to stare, but it was as if I was being hit by a 2x4 the moment I saw her. There was something so curious about her. I had never seen a woman such as her. Her hair was very long, black, and curly. It sparkled with jewels interwoven into the ends. She wore a long black cloak type of coat. Her clothing looked like it belonged to another time, another era. She looked as though she was from another time and era. I thought at first that she must be an Asian movie star, but her style was very different than that of an actress. When I looked at her face, it had an incredible illumination. It was whiter than white. It was glowing, or beaming.